Hey everybody, Mike McElroy here with Center Coast Realty. It is time for another edition of our West Loop Real Estate Market Update. We're about to take a hyper-local look at the West Loop real estate market to see what's going on in your backyard. If you really want to know though about your home's value or a specific property that maybe you have your eye on if you're looking to buy, fill out the form below, put in your name, email, and the address of the property that you're interested in, and we will get back to you with some recent comparable sales and our expert analysis on exactly what that property is worth in today's market. All right, let's get into it. Home sellers in the West Loop. I promise folks, one day I'm gonna have some good news for you. Today's not the day. Prices slid again in July. They're down about 10% from our peak in October of 2018. On the positive side, if you take the new construction out of it, it's not quite as bad. Resale homes are only down about 7.5%, and we're up about 11% compared to October of 2016. So it was really just this huge run-up that we saw in mid-2016. As soon as McDonald's announced that they were moving to the West Loop, we saw this huge run-up all the way through October of 2018, and now it's gone back down a little bit. So if you just connect these two lines, it looks pretty good. It's just this middle part right here that disappoints us a little bit. If you're planning to list your home in the West Loop, you probably want to get an idea of what kind of demand there is out there. Well, the good news is demand in the West Loop in July was up. It was up about 3% compared to demand in July in the West Loop of last year. That's good, but unfortunately we were down about 60% in April and down significantly in May as well. So we've got a lot of ground to make up, and unfortunately 2.9% per month increases is not going to get it done. To give you some perspective, most of Chicago and especially the downtown North Side neighborhoods saw about a 36% increase in demand as measured by the number of contracts that were written in that given month. Meanwhile, competition increased for home sellers a little bit. New listings in July increased about 75% compared to July of last year. So while the home buyers haven't quite come rushing back into the West Loop market, the home sellers who are sitting out seem to have come into the market in July. So if you're looking to sell, you got a little bit more competition. You just need to be prepared for longer market times, and you might need to be prepared to negotiate a little bit. All right, West Loop home buyers. I want to talk about a statistic we look at a lot but don't talk about quite as much on these videos. It's called month supply. Month supply is one of the best measures of supply and demand that we have. It looks at how many homes there are for sale in a market and how quickly people are buying them, and it tells us how many months worth of supply we have in a given market. And what you need to know about this is that most economists will tell you that between a 4 and a 6 month supply is a balanced market. Okay, so more than that, it's very much a buyer's market. Less than that, very much a seller's market. So less supply equals seller's market, more supply equals buyer's market. So now I'm going to give you some numbers. In July of 2020, there was about a 5-month supply of homes in the West Loop. That's pretty balanced. Compare that to 2016, 2017, we touched a 1-month supply. I'm not making that number. 1 month, several times during that time period. It's the lowest I've ever observed in any neighborhood anywhere. In terms of choices and in terms of negotiating power, this is the best it's been to be a buyer in the West Loop since probably 2012. Here's my advice if you're trying to get out there and take advantage of the buyer's market and the super cheap interest rates that we're seeing nationally right now for mortgages. I would go and look in your price range and see what options there are, but don't be afraid to look a little bit above your price range. Say you're looking to spend up to $500,000 on a 2-bedroom condo in the West Loop. Go ahead and run that search up to $525,000 and look for properties that have been on the market a little bit longer. If they've been on the market for 30, 50, 75 days, they might be willing to entertain an offer that is a little bit more in your price range. Just something to think about. I'm not telling you to overpay for a property. I'm just telling you that there might be some options just outside of your price range that you could bring back down into the price range that you're trying to get. Speaking of which, if there's a particular property that you've got your eye on and you want to know, hey, Is this overpriced? Is it something we could get down into our price range? Fill out the form below with your name, email address, and the property you're interested in, and we'll let you know. Likewise, if you're thinking about selling your home and you want to know what it's worth, do the same thing, and we'll get you that information. That's our West Loop Real Estate Market Report for July of 2020. Don't forget to check back next month. We'll see how the numbers are shaping up heading into the fall. Looking forward to it.